hear this program. Yeah.
Man, some of your fondest...
Seriously, though, I love the music. Yeah.
Are some of your fondest memories from New Bethel?
Yes, as far as vocalist and great preaching and singing are concerned, yes.
Yeah. Now, I also read recently that it's also very hard for you to go back to New Bethel here recently.
Well, yes and no. I don't think Reverend Smith quite has it correct. It's not quite correct. It isn't exactly what he thinks. Yes, certainly I am touched and I'm moved when I go to church. There's so much of my dad there. But it isn't quite everything that he thinks. Yeah.
Okay. So you do go on occasion?
I go as much as I can. I must say that this past year, I've been remiss, somewhat remiss, but mainly because I've been in and out of town so much. I just have not had the opportunity to get to church in the way that I would like to.
Do you still like traveling, doing
So I have been remiss, yes.
Do you still enjoy? Well, it's hard for me to say, do you enjoy traveling? Because everyone in the world knows that you hate flying.
Yeah.
But
well,
do you like performing in concerts?
Not hate it, I just haven't.
Yeah.
Do I like still performing in concerts? Absolutely. There's nothing like the music and the audience. The music, me, and the audience. There's nothing like it.
You've always heard artists talk about how much they get back from the audience. Is that what you feel too? I mean,
yes.
I mean, for you to sit here and play in your living room is one thing, but you need that other element to really make it full, don't you?
Well, it's a give and take kind of situation. You can even be in concert and not really feel like being in concert that night. You know what I'm saying? You may not feel well. You might have had a terrible toothache earlier, or your toe is fractured, or anything like that, and you'd really prefer to be in bed, something like that. But you can go to the concert feeling really down, and they can bring you up. That's what I like about it.
Now, those nights like that, I mean, there have been some critics that claim that sometimes you're off, sometimes you're on.
So much that they can bring you right out of that.
But I've seen critics that criticize you that say, well, you know, sometimes she's on, sometimes she's off. But when you're off, sometimes it's the nights like that when you just really don't feel like doing it.
I don't think anybody is up every day.
No,
are they?
No, not at all.
I don't think so. And celebrities are certainly no different than anyone else.
Yeah, but I guess that pressure's always on you, because when you're in one particular town, they expect, well, this night is special to them because we've come out to see you that night, but they have no idea what may be going on in your personal life. You know?
That's true sometimes, but you're there to give your best, whatever.
Right. But we've come out to see you that night, but they have no idea what may be going on in your personal life. You know?
That's true sometimes. But you're there to give your best, whatever.
Right. But some nights I would assume that, I mean, even though...
And I'll sing as much for 2 as I will 2,000.
Is that right?
Or 10,000,
Well, I've got proof of that. You're singing for 1 right now today. But are there times when the audience didn't help you, when you're going through something in your personal life, perhaps, and you're just there? I mean, you're doing the concert, but your thoughts were still with whatever you were dealing with that day.
Rarely.
So you kind of lose it.
As a professional, when you hit the stage, you have to try to leave whatever behind and off the stage until you come off and you deal with whatever. You are there to give a first-class performance. So that's what you try to do.
You don't do any lengthy tours, though. You don't like doing that, do you?
I don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore, thank God. I went out many years ago with Sam Cooke and Jackie Wilson, and I did like 21 nighters the first time, or 28 one-nighters when I really didn't know what I was doing. 28 one-nighters, I have not done that since.
Yeah.
No.
That had to be frightening. I mean, when you're first starting out. I mean, these were like your first tours.
No,
right?
it was very exciting. That's how they got me to do it, you know, as a novice and as an amateur, and I just didn't know any better. This all sounded very exciting to me.
Yeah.
I was going to be out on the road, you know,
with Sam Cooke,
with
too, now.
Sam Cooke, and I just loved him, you know.
Right.
So who was thinking about 28 days?
You're right.
But after about 9 days or 8 days, you're getting tired, you know, and this traveling from getting up, and you do a one-nighter and you get up in the morning, you have to get on the plane and leave, and you have to be somewhere else that night. And as soon as you hit the hotel, you've got to start getting ready, gowns and hair and makeup and all this sort of thing. Well, baby, by the 10th or 11th night, I was worn out. So I've never done that since then. I did one more tour, and of course I knew how to pace myself better the second time around with Jackie, and it wasn't quite as bad, but still nothing that you ever really want to do again.
Right.
Not me.
Yeah, I can understand
I'd
that.
rather just do individual, isolated, select dates, but no tours.
It's nice to be in a position to be able to do that. So many
Yes,
people
it is.
have to do it the other way.
It is. Well, I've done it.
Yeah.
And I am thankful and grateful that I can be selective at this point. Yeah.
Did you have to deal with a lot of segregation in the early days when you traveled through the South?
No, not with the audiences. There's a clause in my contract. I don't perform for segregated audiences. But being in the South in the 60s, yes, every once in a you would run into that kind of thing.
How did it affect you when you did run into it? You know, being from the North, where you didn't have to deal with that.
Not at all, really. Not at all, because you knew what it was and you knew what it was about.
Right. So it was a reality. It wasn't like it was a shock. You just
no, it wasn't. I wasn't shocked by it. I was aware of Jim Crow and all that kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, it's just most unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay. You think we could get you into a little more Sam Cooke-itis? Do you want to play this one particular song that you were telling me you played all day?
Okay.
Like 4
oh yeah,
hours.
it just wore me out.
When you say wore you out, you mean emotionally?
Just wore me thin. You know, that's a cliche. When somebody's really wearing you out. Something that I went into a record shop out at the mall, and I just happened to come across this album. And I used to have all of his things, so I said, oh, I'd like to hear that one again. This one, I just really love this one. And that's the one that I'm going to sing now. Just a little bit of.
Okay.
If I could only hold you once more. If I could only kiss you once more. Gee, but I'd like to see you one more time, one more time. I know I was wrong, and I want you to know that my love is still strong. Gee, baby, gee, baby, gee, baby, if I could see you one more time. Swinging kind of thing, like that. And he used to have a guitar player that would just strum those things so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cliff White, I think that was